take my grave as a place of celebration. Don't make it Eid. Don't make it what? Eid. Nor your homes as graves. Don't make your homes as graves. Make salah upon me. For your salah, your salam or salutation will be conveyed to me from wherever you are. From wherever you are, your salam will reach me. So don't come closer. So there is no difference between the one who is now there next to the house of the Prophet ﷺ and one who is in Chennai now. There is no difference at all. Because the one who will convey the salam is the malak, the angel. It's not a matter of the area or the physical location. That's why he told him here will be conveyed to him from wherever you are. Wherever you are. So your salam is guaranteed, will reach the Prophet ﷺ. Any question before we move? Okay, so which means they knew, yes, it is true. Because the Jews were looking for just any excuse to prove that the Prophet ﷺ is not telling the truth. And he's telling them this, and they kept quiet. It proves what? It proves, yes, what you are saying is correct. It happened. It is a group of the Jews, Allah transformed them. But what happened? All of them died. So you cannot say apes are the Jews or monkeys are the Jews, because the Prophet ﷺ said any transformed species, any people whom Allah transformed them, they do not multiplicate, they do not multiply, and they perish, they die. Is this clear? Also Allah said, قال الذين غلبوا على أمرهم لنتخذن عليهم مسجدا. Those who won the point said, most probably the disbelievers, we verily shall build a place of worship over them. This is in Surah Al-Kahf, about the youth, the chaps who left their people because their people were worshipping false deities. They were not worshipping Allah. So the young ones, they left and they entered the cave, as you know, and Allah made them to sleep in that cave for a long period of time. Then when the people found out, they decided to build a building over the cave itself. So Allah said, قال الذين غلبوا على أمرهم, those who won their point said, we verily shall build a place of worship over them, masjidah. So here actually the Quran is not approving it. The Quran is warning us that we should not build a place of worship over any grave. It's not here a merit. The Quran is warning us that we should not do something like that. So this cannot be used as evidence. That's number one. Number two, this is something happened in the previous nations, so you cannot use that as an example, because the Sharia, the law of Islam, abrogated anything. Are you following? The Sharia in Islam abrogated all the previous laws or Sharia. For instance, in the law of Sulaiman alayhi salam, it was permissible to have tamathil, images. That is in his law. In the law of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is it allowed? No. In the law of Yusuf alayhi salam, it was permissible to prostrate as a sign of respect or salutation. In Islam it's not allowed. So you cannot use something mentioned in a law that has been abrogated. Is this clear to you? Narrated Abu Sa'id Al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu that the Prophet ﷺ said in this hadith, and this is in Bukhari, Kitab Al-Anbiya, he said, لَتَتَّبِعُنَّ سَنَنَ مَنْ كَانَ قَبْلَكُمْ لَتَتَّبِعُنَّ سَنَنَ مَنْ كَانَ قَبْلَكُمْ حذو القذة بالقذة حتى لو دخلوا جحر ضب لدخلتموه. قال يا رسول الله اليهود والنصارى. قال فمن. The meaning, surely you will follow the ways of those nations who were before you. In everything, as one arrow resembles another. So much so that even if they entered the hole of a sand blizzard, you would enter it. They said, "Oh Allah's Messenger, do you mean to say that we will follow the Jews and the Christians?" He replied, "Whom else?" Meaning, of course, the Jews and the Christians. Subhanallah. And this we can see it now fulfilled. This prophecy is being fulfilled. When he said, you will follow those who came before you, and you will follow them blindly, cubit by cubit, span by span. Even if they enter the lizard hole. Can a human being enter the lizard hole? So what does it mean? It means you will do whatever they do. You understand? Even if they enter the lizard hole, you will not leave them alone there. Said, okay, we'll share it with you as well. And this is what the Muslims are doing. See the Muslim women, our sisters, how they dress. Whatever they are doing, Muslims are following them just blindly. Blindly. Anything they do. The bad things, of course, we are only imitating them. That's why the Sahaba, they were surprised. How come, O Prophet of Allah? Do you mean that a time will come when we'll take those before us as examples? He said, yes. And now we are taking them as examples. True or not? Everything they do, we do like them. And maybe we go to overboard more than what they are doing. Subhanallah. The Prophet ﷺ was always strict about maintaining the identity of a Muslim. Very strict. So much so that in the beginning he was combing his hair, combing the hair backward to the backside, like this. Because the people of the scriptures, they were doing this. Then he parted it from the middle. Even that, even the hairstyle should be different. Even the hairstyle should be different. This is what the Prophet ﷺ. Why? He was emphasizing and drilling into the minds of the Muslims that you should maintain your own identity. Because the moment you imitate someone psychologically, you take him as an example. True or not? The moment you imitate, you are taking everything he does. For instance, I'll give you a little example. Buy military uniform for your little child. Military uniform for your child. see immediately how the child will walk, like an officer, right? Immediately, the little child, when he wears the military uniform, he will walk as an officer. So the moment you start imitate someone, you take that person as your example. Second thing, you will always keep him up. You feel that he is something good, you are inferior to him, he's superior to you. So you should not imitate. If you want to imitate someone, as an example, take your example should be always the best, and the best is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And subhanallah, if I'm a Muslim, you tell him, why don't you make this sunnah and do this, it is sunnah.